Picture this. It's the 1980s, a decade defined by bold fashion, groundbreaking tech, and a sound that refused to be ignored. But at the heart of it all, beating like a synchronized drum, was something new, something revolutionary. Before the 80s, music was mostly heard, not seen. Radio reigned supreme, a constant companion in homes and cars across America. You'd tune in to your favorite station, waiting patiently for that one song, the perfect track to make your day. You'd imagine the artists on stage, the stories behind the lyrics, the energy of a live performance, all created purely in your mind. But as the decade dawned, a few visionaries began to dream bigger. They saw a future where music transcended the airwaves. A future where the visual experience was not just an afterthought, but an integral part of the song itself. What if you could actually see the music, brought to life with color, movement, and a whole new kind of artistry? What if the visual was suddenly just as important, if not more important, than the sound? On the 1st of August, 1981, at precisely 12:01 AM Eastern Street Andard time, something extraordinary happened. A new channel, born from a bold vision, burst onto American television screens. MTV. Music television. It wasn't just another broadcast. It was a defiant declaration. The very first image audiences saw? Not a news anchor, not a game show, but a music video. The iconic British band, the Buggles, delivered a strikingly prophetic message with their song, "Video Killed the Radio Star." And just like that, the world shifted. Suddenly, music wasn't merely for your ears. It was a captivating visual spectacle. This wasn't just about listening anymore. It was about seeing the artists, experiencing their performance, and being drawn into their world with vibrant imagery. It was a complete paradigm shift. From humble beginnings, operating out of a small studio with simple graphics, Montana V ignited a cultural revolution. It was raw, it was edgy, and it was utterly compelling. Teenagers and young adults across the nation were instantly hooked, gathering around their television sets, mesmerized by this new fusion of sound and sight. It wasn't just a channel, it was a phenomenon unfolding right in their living room, forever changing how we consumed music and pop culture. Then, as the MTV revolution gained momentum, an undisputed monarch emerged to claim his throne, Michael Jackson, the king of pop. He didn't just make music videos, he transformed them into a global art form, elevating them from mere promotional tools to breathtaking cinematic masterpieces. Consider Billie Jean. With its iconic fedora and glove, the video wasn't just a performance, it was a narrative, a mystery, infused with innovative lighting and a choreography that immediately captivated millions. And then there was Thriller. It wasn't just a music video, it was a 14-minute horror short film, directed by a Hollywood visionary, bursting with revolutionary special effects and zombie dance routines that became instantly legendary. Michael Jackson possessed an intuitive understanding of the visual medium. He knew that the video wasn't just meant to accompany the song, it could become the song, an indelible part of its identity. His groundbreaking choreography, from the moonwalk to the mesmerizing group dances, became instantly recognizable, sparking a global phenomenon. People weren't just listening to his music, they were watching, learning, and trying to emulate his every move. The scale and budget of his productions were unprecedented, turning music videos into blockbuster events. They set a completely new standard for artistry, ambition, and cultural impact, pushing the boundaries of what was possible on the small screen. Michael Jackson didn't just rule the airwaves, he reshaped the entire landscape of popular culture, demonstrating the immense power of combining exceptional music with unforgettable visuals. His reign on MTV cemented his status as a true artistic pioneer. But the visual revolution on MTV wasn't a one-man show. As Michael Jackson redefined the spectacle, two other titans emerged, equally adept at harnessing MTV's power to become not just musicians, but global-style icons and cultural trailblazers, Madonna and Prince. Madonna burst onto the scene with a force that was utterly undeniable. She pushed boundaries not just with her music, but with her fearless, ever-evolving style. From the Like a Virgin wedding dress to the Material Girl glitz, her fashion was a statement, a challenge, an invitation to express individuality. She masterfully used her music videos as platforms for bold artistic expression, pushing social norms and empowering anthems that resonated deeply with millions, particularly young women. If you wanted to see what was daring, what was cutting edge, you watched Madonna on MTV. Her provocative performances and chameleonic image made her a constant topic of conversation, demonstrating the immense power of visual branding in the pop landscape. Then there was Prince, the enigmatic genius. His music was a vibrant tapestry of funk, rock, and pop. But his visuals were equally unforgettable. Prince's music videos, like When Doves Cry or Kiss, were moody, artistic, and oozed a unique brand of sensuality and style. He blurred lines, challenged conventions, and commanded attention with his flamboyant fashion and magnetic stage presence. Prince used MTV to create an entire universe around his music, inviting viewers into his imaginative, often surreal world. He was a visionary who understood that the visual could elevate a song to an entirely new dimension of artistry. Beyond these titans, countless other artists masterfully utilized MTV to define their unique image and carve out their place in pop history. Cyndi Lauper charmed audiences with her quirky, colorful, and fiercely independent aesthetic. George Michael exuded cool sophistication and a rebellious spirit that captivated fans. Duran Duran epitomized sleek, exotic glamour with their cinematic videos shot in far-flung locales. And Boy George, with Culture Club, challenged gender norms, becoming a powerful symbol of self-expression. MTV became more than just a music channel. It transformed into a dynamic runway, a global stage where artists could truly define their public persona. They weren't just selling records. They were selling a lifestyle, an attitude, a way of being. This relentless visual exposure pushed fashion, dance moves, and even social norms to their absolute limits. If you wanted to know what was cool, what was edgy, what was about to explode into the mainstream, you didn't just listen to the radio anymore. You watched MTV, and you saw the future of pop culture unfold before your eyes. MTV wasn't merely a channel dedicated to playing music videos. It rapidly evolved into something far more profound. It became, in essence, a cultural thermometer, actively measuring and shaping how to think about the world around them. The impact on fashion was instantaneous and explosive. Trends, once slow to germinate, now exploded overnight, fueled directly by what millions of audiences saw flashing across their screens. From leg warmers and oversized blazers with padded shoulders to neon colors and distressed denim, the clothes worn by music video stars became the blueprint for everyday style. Hairstyles grew bolder, makeup became more dramatic, all echoing the visual narratives unfolding on MTV. It was a rapid-fire visual tutorial on being cool and current. Beyond aesthetics, music videos themselves underwent a radical transformation. What began as simple promotional clips rapidly matured into intricate mini-movies. These weren't just artists performing. They were elaborate narratives, cinematic showcases with plots, characters, and groundbreaking visual effects. Directors were given unprecedented creative freedom, turning 3-minute songs into compelling short films that captivated viewers and left a lasting impression. This artistic evolution profoundly shaped musical tastes, introducing diverse genres and sounds to a mass audience, and, crucially, creating global superstars whose image was as powerful as their sound. The channel's immense reach and unique appeal to a young, influential demographic made it an irresistible magnet for advertisers. Companies flocked to MTV, eager to reach the elusive youth market that spent hours glued to the channel. Product placements became subtle, then overt, weaving brands directly into the fabric of popular culture. From soft drinks to sneakers, Montana 5 transformed how products were marketed and consumed, turning pop stars into powerful brand ambassadors. It was a direct pipeline into the minds and wallets of a generation. In every conceivable way, Montana V became an undeniable powerhouse of influence. It democratized cool, disseminated trends at lightning speed and provided a universal language of visual pop culture. It wasn't just reflecting culture. It was actively creating and accelerating it, shaping a generation's identity and defining the visual landscape of the 1980s and beyond. Its pervasive presence meant that whether you were in a shopping mall, an arcade, or your own living room, MTV's beat was echoing, subtly guiding the rhythm of everyday life. Beyond the dazzling realm of pop, Montana 5 proved an unexpected gateway, forcefully opening doors for entirely new genres to burst into the mainstream. Before its arrival, airwaves were often dominated by select sounds, but MTV, with its insatiable hunger for visual content, provided a massive, unprecedented platform for diverse musical expressions. Heavy metal, with its roaring guitars and theatrical flair, found a sprawling stage for its elaborate music videos, transforming bands from cult favorites to stadium-filling giants. Hip-hop, a nascent cultural force, leveraged MTV to bring its raw energy, innovative rhythms, and unique storytelling directly into millions of homes, introducing a groundbreaking lyrical art form to a global audience. And New Wave, with its synth-driven melodies and distinctive visual aesthetics, gained immense popularity as its artistic videos became MTV staples. Artists who, in the pre-MTV era, might never have graced mainstream television or achieved widespread recognition, suddenly found themselves with a global audience. Their unique sounds and visual identities transcended geographical boundaries, creating a truly international language of music amplified by powerful imagery. This global reach was a profound cultural shift. Crucially, Montana 5 also played a significant role in helping to break down racial barriers in music. In an industry that had historically segregated artists, MTV's visual-first approach allowed talent to shine based on their artistic merit, rather than solely on radio format restrictions. It gave artists of color unprecedented exposure to wider audiences who might not have encountered their music otherwise. This visual platform helped diversify the faces and sounds seen and heard across America, pushing towards a more inclusive pop landscape. Music, amplified by MTV's visual prowess, truly transformed into a global language. A catchy melody, combined with a compelling visual, could now resonate across continents, transcending language barriers and cultural differences. The narratives told in music videos became universally understood, fostering a shared global pop culture experience. More than just entertainment, music and MTV quickly evolved into a force for social change. Artists began using their powerful platforms not just to sing, but to speak out, to raise awareness, and to unite people for pressing global causes. The visual medium allowed messages of peace, equality, and humanitarianism to reach vast audiences with unparalleled immediacy and emotional impact. The defining moment of this new social consciousness was Live Aid in 1985. This monumental global concert, broadcast live by MTV, saw music's biggest stars unite on stages across continents, performing to raise awareness and funds for famine relief in Africa. Millions of viewers tuned in, witnessing a truly historic display of unity and compassion. It was a powerful, unforgettable testament that music could indeed move mountains, transcending its artistic purpose to raise crucial awareness, inspire widespread generosity, and motivate an entire generation to act collectively for a greater good. MTV wasn't just broadcasting concerts, it was broadcasting a global conscience. As the vibrant pulse of the 80s began to subtly fade into memory, so too did MTV's singular, unwavering focus on pure music videos. The very landscape of music and media was shifting once again, driven by new technologies and changing audience preferences. What was once revolutionary began to evolve, adapting to a world that was moving beyond the continuous loop of pop anthems. The channel, recognizing these shifts, strategically evolved, branching into reality, television, and other programming formats. Shows featuring real-life drama, documentaries about youth culture, and diverse lifestyle content gradually started to occupy more airtime. The familiar music video blocks, once constant, became shorter, relegated to specific hours or spun off into sister channels. This transformation was a clear reflection of MTV's attempt to remain relevant to a new generation, even if it meant moving away from its original groundbreaking premise. Simultaneously, the broader landscape of music consumption shifted dramatically again, with the burgeoning rise of the internet and digital platforms. The dawn of the 90s brought with it early forms of online connectivity, paving the way for digital music files, peer-to-peer sharing, and eventually, streaming services. Suddenly, music wasn't just on radio or MTV, it was accessible on demand, anytime, anywhere, fundamentally altering how audiences discovered and interacted with their favorite artists. The physical record store, once a mecca for fans, began its slow decline, replaced by the invisible currents of digital distribution. Yet, despite MTV's own internal evolution and the profound external shifts in technology, the seeds planted by MTV in the 80s had already blossomed into something permanent. The channel may have changed its programming, and music may have found new digital homes, but the core revolution, the fusion of sight and sound, the power of visual storytelling, the creation of global pop icons through imagery, had already been irrevocably cemented. That fundamental understanding of music as a multi-sensory experience, born and perfected in the 80s, became an enduring part of our cultural DNA. Its influence would ripple outwards, shaping not just music, but all forms of visual media in the decades to come. So, when you next stream your favorite artist, remember the pulse, the flash, the bold beat of the 1980s. It wasn't just a decade, it was a revolution, and its beat lives on. What's your favorite 80s memory? Let us know in the comments below. Don't forget to like this video, and make sure to subscribe to our channel for more amazing journeys back in time. Hit that notification bell too. Thanks for watching.